Facility managers are being asked to do more than ever before, balancing health and safety, sustainability goals, staffing challenges, and tighter budgets, all while keeping facilities running smoothly. It's a demanding role, and the expectations continue to rise. Today, we will take a closer look at how ISSA is supporting facility managers with practical tools, training, and industry initiatives designed to make their work more effective and more impactful. And to do all this, I'm pleased to welcome Brant Insero, Chief Engagement Officer with ISSA. Brant, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff, and it's always a pleasure to see you.
Same here. We have a nice conversation to have here today. Let's get right into it if you're ready. Talk about our topic today. Why should facility managers be paying attention to ISSA right now?
Facility managers historically are reactionary. They're always putting out fires and issues that are taking place in the built environment. We know that. Now we want to help them become proactive. And I just heard facility managers' budgets are being cut nearly 17 to 20% this year with expectations of more to come next year. So now's the time to get connected to ISSA.
What are some tools that members can use immediately?
So when you think about member benefits and tools and resources that ISSA offers, probably our fundamental benefit, our core offering, is called the value of clean. Quite honestly, a lot of facility managers struggle to defend their budgets and tell everybody that are in the C-suite level why clean matters. So the value of clean allows the facility manager to set the narrative and not have the C-suite set the narrative for them. So it'll actually tie together things such as how absenteeism impacts the workers. But one of the interesting pieces of the value of clean that I really love the most is how it helps identify areas of risk mitigation. And not just the typical infectious disease control situations, but if you don't have a clean facility that's safe for the stakeholders, they're not coming back to your facility and you actually could lose customers. And those are the impact statements that the C-suite needs to hear.
But let's now talk about standards. How does ISSA support consistency with the standards offered?
I just want to lean into the first one a little bit. I've been in this industry now for nearly 12 or 13 years, a little bit longer than you, Jeff, but we've known each other a long time. And essentially what happens is a debate. What is clean? How do you define clean in the built environment? And you've seen this in articles and videos, and there's a lot of organizations that have different levels of clean or clean standards for that matter. But one of the core standards that ISSA offers is the ISSA Clean Standard for institutional commercial settings in K through 12. So this standard is to really provide the foundation of how you define clean in the built environment, but more importantly, how you measure it. So it sets essentially a baseline standard for the built environment that people can tweak and create a standardized standard for their facility specifically. And the second standard, if I could put a flag in the ground, Jeff, I would call this the flagship certification that ISSA has. Everybody knows it. It's called SIMS, the Cleaning Industry Management Standard. And why does this ultimately impact the facility managers? To be honest with you, it's continuity. And I had a really meaningful conversation yesterday with an airport and their building service contractor. And what we identified is that we wanted to create the continuity, the consistency in services being delivered based on the level of quality expectations that the airport had. So as we looked at things, we said we really need to have a performance management standard locked in for the facility that both the facility and the contractor can obtain. But more importantly, as the industry is shifting and it's changing, sustainability has become a hot topic. And while it becomes an underlying theme for facility managers because they really integrate the entire facility, sustainability became our highest level of the SIM certification. December of last year, we launched it, and it's taking the industry by storm. So for me, that is the flagship. It holds true to create continuity between services being delivered, expectations, and if there's ever a shift in the facility management team, Again, there's consistency when there's times of change, and that's really important for their success.
We should have had a flag in your hand, but
I, I didn't think ahead.
yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Hey, Brant, let's talk about the what about me type of question, because those watching this program right now want to know how ISSA can help them grow professionally. What can you say to that?
Yeah, so when you think about facility managers or any service provider at that, the biggest gap, it's over 35% of the FMs have identified themselves in the last CMM survey as a gap of training and professional development. And it's not that they don't desire that core competency of knowledge for their frontline staff or even their management level staff. It hasn't ranked up there as a priority. And now's the time. Now's the time. We have a lot of technology coming out. It's time to upskill our workforce. And we're going to talk in a little bit about some other initiatives at ISSA. But the one data point that I want everyone to understand here is that 1 in 40 service workers in the country handle cleaning to some capacity. That is a large amount of people. So when it comes to professional development, we always encourage people to take a look at our Cleaning Management Institute. It's been around since 1964, dedicated to training and certifying individuals within the cleaning industry. And it helps establish a career pathway or a ladder or a journey, whatever you want to call it. It provides that pathway for the frontline staff. It's clear and it provides a level of recognition that they are thriving for. And during this week, it's International Cleaning Week, while we're doing this video. And one of the best things that I see is all the social media of the companies celebrating their frontline employees with some sort of certification or opportunity to upskill themselves. So Jeff, I just wanted to highlight those key items that people can take advantage of at ISSA. And whether you're a member or not a member, these things live within inside our community. The first step, obviously, is becoming a member to unlock access to much of this. But I don't want to stop there because there's some core initiatives and themes that ISSA has launched recently or reinvigorated. So I think there's some opportunities here to really dive deeper if we have a little time. Can we do that today?
Absolutely.
All right. So I don't know about you, Jeff, but I'm getting older in age. And I think I just outgrew this new thing that we kind of have cooking called emerging leaders. You got to be under the age of 40 to really take advantage of this platform. But ISSA is investing right now into emerging leaders because we need to fill the industry with top talent. So for anybody that is thinking about how do I leverage ISSA as a resource, bring your employees into the ISSA emerging leaders, those that are under the age of 40. If you're above the age of 40, you're not blocked. Time out. We've got a way for you to help out as well. And we can have you become a mentor to these individuals that we are trying to groom into the next level of leadership for the association. So I would encourage everybody to stay tuned to the emerging leaders communication that is coming from ISSA. It's critical to the future of the industry by bringing in top talent. So something new that started last year was a beautiful initiative that ISSA brought to the marketplace called VEO. It is a dedicated initiative to the Hispanic community in our industry. And you're probably saying, Jeff, why? Why the Hispanic community? Why is it so important? Because 70% of the labor force is Hispanic. And I believe in my heart that that percentage is actually a little low. So we have dedicated some resources to that. We held our first event last year. We have another event coming up this year in Texas. And there's 3 core pillars that we are focused on. Number 1, professional development. We want to ensure that these individuals have the opportunity to be successful in their careers. Number 2, financial literacy. And then finally, the third piece here is understanding innovation and technology that is coming to the marketplace so they can adapt and adopt that type of technology in their facilities. And then the other piece, I don't know if you caught this from me, I get engaged, I get excited. I love celebrations. And I love to bring the spotlight back into our industry onto the people that matter. And one of my favorite initiatives that have come out recently is called the Spotless Spaces Competition. And you and I were both spending some time in Washington, D.C. this past week, and we had the opportunity to see the individuals that won the awards step up on stage, how grateful they were. But this initiative, every year, ISSA is producing this where organizations could submit themselves in to be recognized as one of the top facilities in the marketplace. I believe this year it was an airport that won that initiative, and you could just see their passion and their happiness. But what was really important to call out in this initiative is that it's not just for one organization type. The company that won was an airport in partnership with their building service contractor. And together, arm in arm, they were on stage. And it was a beautiful way to show harmony between different member classes here at ISSA. This has been a common theme, right? Sustainability is definitely a trend that's going to continue to rise. So ISSA launched the ISSA Sustainability Committee. And the Sustainability Committee is led by some great executives here at ISSA, the Ashkin Group, and it's really geared toward defining and supporting organizations in the cleaning industry measure their success on sustainability and provide educational curriculum and content to help people understand what sustainability means, what it means for them, and how they can implement sustainability programs within their organization. And once again, it's fully supported by the entire value chain of members here at ISSA. So we're really excited about this initiative, and we see great value here for our members.
Brant, over the years, you just admitted you're over 40 years of age.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. How many organizations have you belonged to of any types?
Ooh, as far as organizations like ISSA?
No, any that you would have to join and get
Yeah.
benefits from. Could be in
I would
school.
say, yeah, I would say on average, I've probably had somewhere between 3 and 5 organizations over the years.
Now, thinking about that and what that meant to you, and think about ISSA right now, you could just join an organization, you could become a member, but talk about diving deep into the benefits. What happens if someone joins ISSA and really engages everything that's offered?
Yeah. I think of one word that comes to mind, and it's success. Oftentimes, whether it's a member of ISSA or another organization, individuals will join an association or some sort of a company to receive something back. And they think that it's just automatic, but they don't realize that just signing your name is going to do that for you. There's an old analogy that people say, and that's, just wearing the jersey doesn't make you a member of the team, right? And that's a reality here with ISSA. So what I can share with you, Jeff, where I saw success is when I became engaged in the organizations that I was personally involved in, and I joined committees, I joined councils, I went to their events, my name became known inside that organization. That allowed me to eventually get to their board. And that's where I was able to really influence the organization. And I think here at ISSA, if I was to give any recommendations to the facility managers that are watching this, your voice matters. And whether it's through our advocacy efforts, it's through our sustainability efforts, or any other core initiatives at ISSA, find something that you're passionate in, get connected. And I want to go off script for a second, Jeff. Can I do that?
Do it.
All right. There's another initiative at ISSA that's actually part of ISSA charities that there's actually two that I want to just bring up that's, to me, some of the most impactful work that we do. The first is that all of the facility managers want to see their employees excel in life. Once somebody is a member of ISSA as a company member, all of their employees are members as well. And what does that mean? They have access to scholarships to help them go back to college and work on themselves and work on their future. But to me, and everybody at ISSA has heard me say this over the years, the most powerful initiative that I feel ISSA offers to our community is a little thing called Hygia. And that's the Hygia network, which is empowering women in the cleaning industry. It is a beautiful story from start to where it is currently. And we're just at the beginning. And I believe I've heard recently there are more than 5 or 6 thousand engaged individuals. So again, it's important for the facility managers, pick one of these initiatives, something that you're passionate about, join the council, join the committee, go to the events, be heard, be known, and get successful.
Last question to wrap up, Brant. If someone is watching this and they're a facility manager, what do you think they should do next?
First thing is make sure you're a member. That's where everything starts. That unlocks access to everything. So I always recommend go to ISSA.com, go to the membership tab, sign up immediately. The moment you do that, you're going to be connected to us here as the ISSA team, and we're going to guide you right through the association to where you need to be. And then the second thing I would always recommend, talk to other ISSA members, get connected on LinkedIn or other platforms and learn from them because they're going to be the biggest ambassadors of our industry and the association. I want to say thank you. I really encourage you to take the first step. Start small, find your passion, get connected, and I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised on how welcoming the ISSA community and family is to you. So just get started today by going to ISSA.com.